Okay, lesson 19, we started looking at the standard algorithm. Okay, so right now you can see this is 90 divided by 40. I'm going to have 90 divided by 40. And I can see 40 will go into 90 two times. 2 times 40 would be 80. That has a remainder of 10. Now to check these, we're always going to take our divisor times our quotient, be 80, and we have to add in our remainder, which gives us 90, and we have what we started with. In the second one, I have 95 divided by 60. You see 60 will go into 95 one time. 1 times 60 is 60. And you have a remainder of 35. We know we've done the right amount because our remainder is smaller than our divisor. So it would be remainder 35. Now for checking it, we have 60 times 1, which is... Now we have 437 divided by 60. Now, in order to know where to start on this, it's best to do an estimation. So we have 437 divided by 60. 60 is already rounded, so we're going to come over here. I like putting a 0 in there first, so we got 430 divided by 60. And I know that I can take the zeros out, which gives me 43 divided by 6. And the closest would be 42 divided by 6, and that would give me 7. And that gives me somewhere to start. So my estimation being 7 times 60 is going to be 420. And I have a remainder of 17. And I can see my remainder is smaller than my divisor, so I'm done. So it's 7 remainder 17. So to check this, I'm going to take 60 times 7, which equals 420, and I'm going to add in my remainder of 17, and I have 437 is what we started with. Our next example, we have 346 divided by 80, and so I'm going to do my estimate of 346 divided by 80, and I like taking the 0 out, so now I have 34 divided by 80. I can take the zeros out, which gives me 34 divided by 8, and I can see 32 would be my closest compatible number, and that would mean 4. So I'm coming back over with my estimate of 4. 80 times 4 would be 320, gives me a remainder of 26. So it's smaller in divisor, so we know it's a remainder 26. Now let's check it. 80 times 4 equals 320. Add in our 26 remainder, and we have 346. It checks. A number divided by 40 has a quotient of 6 and a remainder of 16. Find the number. And the best thing is to go ahead and set up your problem and look and put in the known values. Number divided by 40. So it says a number divided by 40. So that means 40 is our divisor. Has a quotient of 6, remainder 16. Now I know when we go to check an answer here, and this is what we're looking for, we end up doing the divisor times the quotient, which would be 240, and we add in our remainder of 16, 256. So we can see that the number would be 256. And that would be our answer. Number 3, a shipment of 288 reams of paper was delivered. Each of the 30 classes received an equal share of the paper. Any extra reams were stored. After the paper was distributed to classrooms, how many of the papers were stored? So in this one here, we're actually looking for the remainder. So we can see by a tape diagram, the total here, total reams was 288. And it says that there were 30 classes. And first thing we have to solve for is how much was in each class. And then we're looking for how much was remaining. So I know I'm going to have to take 288, divide that by 30 to find the answer. So I'm going to go ahead and round this. 280 divided by 30 And I can take the zeros out, and I get 28 divided by 3, and we know that the closest compatible number would be 27 divided by 3 equals 9. So let's go ahead and use 9. So we have 288. We're dividing it by 30. So we're going to go with 9. That's 270. And that leaves us with 18. It says the remainder of 18. So each class got 9 reams and 18 were stored. And that's what is being asked, is how many were stored. So it would be 18. How many groups of 60 are in 244? So basically, looking at this tape diagram, saying the total is 244. And it says they're in groups of 60. And they're wanting to know how many of those groups of 60 there are. So we end up with 244 divided by 60. So I'm going to do an estimation to get a start, divided by 60. So it'll be 240 divided by 60. Take out the zeros, I got 24 divided by 6, which equals 4. So I'm going to start off with 4, and that'd be 240. And we have a remainder of 4. So there are 4 groups of 60.